Okay, we spent a lot of time talking about Washington lately because the president-elect's agenda could have such a major impact on so many different businesses. You know what, though? At the end of the day, I still love the stocks of companies that don't need help from the government in order to really thrive. Yet, believe it or not, there are some themes that transcend Trump, and one of those stories is what I call the humanization of pets. These days, people spend fortunes on their cats and dogs, treating them like their own children. We do, too, except they don't talk back. They never ask you for money, except for maybe, well, to buy a chew toy. Most importantly, people want their pets to live longer, which brings me to IDEXX Laboratories, the maker of veterinary testing equipment and the world leader in diagnostic tools for animals. IDEXX mainly supplies the kind of instruments, analysis, and test kits that you might encounter when you take your cat or your dog to the vet. But they've also got a sizable livestock-related business, and they provide services for outside reference labs, as well as selling software that helps veterinarians run their practices more efficiently. In short, IDEXX is the ultimate play on the humanization of pets, and that's why this stock has been roaring. It's up nearly 65% year-to-date. Not to mention give you a terrific 38% gain since we last spoke to the CEO less than 6 months ago. And I would not be surprised if it's got more room to run. So let's dig deeper with Jonathan Ayers. He's the chairman and CEO of IDEXX Laboratories. Learn more about his company, how it's doing, and what the prospects look like for 2017. Mr. Ayers, welcome back to Mad Money. Good to see you.
Awesome to be back.
All right. So the other day, we were, my wife and I were walking by the animal shelter in the 30s. And she said, you know what would be good? How about a pet for the holidays? And I said, well, no, that doesn't work. And then I start studying what's going on. People give pets for holidays.
Yeah, 50% of dog owners buy their dog a Christmas present. And for millennials who are even crazier about pets than the rest of the generations, that's over 60%.
Well, it seems like that these trends cannot have been the same when I was growing up.
It turns out every generation has a stronger bond with their pet and is willing to devote more of their resources to the care and well-being of that pet. They sleep in the bed more, they're with them more, they're part of their family. It's definitely a long-term trend.
Okay, so baby boomers, half of them buy Christmas gifts for the dogs. More than 60% of millennials. So the millennials really, is it Gen X even more? What is the progression here?
Well, it's the baby boomers were a big growth factor in pets. Okay. And then the Gen X is a little more, but I think the baby boomers passed on something even stronger to the millennials. 87% of millennials say that pets making them happier than almost anything else. Isn't that amazing?
Geez, but we think of them as like just into their gadgets, into video games, which are just the opposite of pets.
Well, you know, the thing is, in this pro-growth environment, I think we're going to see millennials forming households, and when they do that, they're going to be acquiring the pet, and then they've already demonstrated they have a strong bond with their pet.
Well, that's a very good point. Now, in this pro-growth environment, I described you as not a Trump stock, but the fact is you pay a lot of taxes.
We
so
are
theoretically.
Over 2/3 of our business is U.S.-based. We make good profits in the U.S., and we pay U.S. taxes. Yeah, so any kind of a tax reform will benefit us.
You have tremendous growth in international. Double digit. How are you doing that?
You know, it turns out that this bond we have with our pets cuts across every single culture in the world. Maybe it's genetic, I don't know, but people say pets make them feel better. And we're in countries all over the world, and as you say, we're growing faster internationally on a constant currency basis than we are even in the strong U.S. growth.
As much as we may spend discretionary on pets, and I understand that some people, $765 in 2015, but how much people spend dining out, $2,476 a cell phone, $990. There's an umbrella higher. Is it even more? Do people spend more on their pets as a relative piece of the pie overseas?
Actually, they don't spend as much on their pets. They're really earlier in this whole mega cycle trend in pet care. And part of that is that we're still, the veterinarians are still learning how to adopt technology and how technology and medical care can advance the health and well-being and lifespan of pets.
Right now, I saw that there were 3,000 people who graduated from veterinary school this year, and I know that veterinary, because I do some real estate, that there's nothing better than to rent a place to a vet. It's an instant startup that works. Is that a good metric to measure also how your business is doing?
Well, the vets are excellent credit risks.
Amazing, isn't it?
Very low bad debt because it's a good business. It's a growth business. An average veterinary practice is growing 6 to 7% a year, just organically.
That's much better than humans.
Yeah, it's a great business because people love their pets. It's a cash business, so it's good from a cash flow point of view. They're getting paid many times before they're paying us, and it's growing. So we're in a situation where we're able to do more and more for pet owners.
And at the same time, you have a series of new tests that have come out that add, once you get a customer, then you've got new things, including this urine test that I know is selling. You said it would sell well. You told us before it came out. It is doing well, right?
It's a phenomenal launch for us. When you think of diagnostics, which is, we're the world leader, you think of blood work. But it turns out urine has a ton of medical information, and we call it liquid gold. And what we've done
I have not really referred to as that, but I can understand that.
Well, this is the way we talk, with veterinarians. Right, liquid gold. So, but it turns out that that's a very manual process. And what we've done is we've automated it with a urine sediment analyzer. It's our classic razor blade business model. We sell the analyzer, and then we sell the test
What's
afterwards.
the turnaround? Can the vet do it?
3 minutes with 5 drops of urine.
So I don't have to take a second trip.
There you go.
Boy, that is fantastic. Last thing I wanted to ask you, I'm trying to figure out the value of the livestock business. When I saw what happened with Zoetis, some of the other companies, it turned out they spin them out, the big pharma. It turns out that business is worth a lot more. It's just a sliver for you, worth keeping, or if you sold it, I bet you would get a big price like everybody else.
Well, we're also the leader in diagnostics in livestock. We're the world leader. It's the same technology, it just sells to a different market. So we have the technology synergy between the two businesses. A really exciting product there is a pregnancy test for cows. It turns out there isn't one.
No, there isn't.
You know how they determine if the cow is pregnant? Well, manually. Let's just go. Not good.
Yeah, that's maybe along with liquid gold. Maybe we leave that as too much information. All right, that's Jonathan Ayers. He's the chairman and CEO of IDEXX Laboratories. I got to tell you, this is one of the greatest secular growth stories in the world. Mad Money's back after the break. Booyah! Jim Cramer here from Mad Money. Thanks for watching CNBC on YouTube. Click here to subscribe and get the jump on my exclusives with CEOs, plus market news, investing advice, and a whole lot more.